And welcome back to the Main Event Sports Show. We are here at the Tunaville Deli on the corner of First and Oak, enter on the Oak Street side.
Please.
Live night. We got screens all over the place. We got the wings. We got pizza, the Jerky Q wings, a.k.a. the Main Event sauce.
Kentucky Cosmo.
Kentucky Cosmo. This is where it's at, folks. And we got sports. We've been talking sports all night. We've been talking UK, U of L, NBA. Now we're going to talk some NFL. This is Super Bowl week, yo. Super Bowl week, a very controversial Super Bowl that we're headed into. I call it the botched bowl because every game, every conference championship game seemed to be botched this year. A lot of bad calls, a lot of interesting, ways that things played out. But we have some fresh input that we're going to take from our NFL expert.
I can definitely do that. To your point.
First, let Haven introduce our guest.
Oh, sure.
Who is also
hi.
The greatest bartender.
You stop.
This side of Old Louisville.
He's too
is
much.
right here.
He's
the greatest
too much.
bartender. Our man Chris.
I'm a humble man. Thank you.
Our man Chris, the greatest bartender ever was.
Thank you,
Tunaville
and ever
Deli.
is.
Yeah, that's it.
The greatest bartender here at the Tunaville Deli.
He's the one who brings the Jerky Q wings.
He brings the funk,
He
man.
brings the wings.
That's what he does.
Hey, unhand my wings.
He'll come at you, Rashad.
Get
He's
your
not
paws off my wings.
But you know what? This is Super Bowl weekend.
This is Super Bowl week.
The greatest weekend in all of sports. The greatest sporting event in the United States.
Even though the tickets is not selling well.
You're not going to worry about that. That's not important.
Yeah, it don't count.
It doesn't matter.
It's all about the commercials.
It's all about the commercials.
Absolutely.
And at least
Absolutely.
200 million people at one point or another will tune in to the
But
Super Bowl.
you bring up an interesting point because I was thinking about that earlier. And to your point, what does this Super Bowl mean?
It's a show.
It's all entertainment.
It is. And this, I don't want to say that it's manufactured, but come on.
Oh, no, I do want to say it.
There were some bad
I swear I saw a ref look at the other ref and say, dude, what
Absolutely.
you doing?
No.
Come on, Haven. Don't.
Okay,
You know it.
I'm going to say this. Yes, the non-pass interference call
Terrible.
on the Saints was epically bad.
Terrible.
Epically bad.
Dude, to say that the non-call was bad
Epically bad.
is an understatement because,
was
okay,
historic.
let's say
was bad on historic proportions of bad.
okay. And
But I'm gonna say this.
What but? I got to hear this.
Here's his but, comma, but I'm gonna say this.
Oh, but, comma.
If the Saints were smart, if Sean Payton was smart and is actually really coaching that game, number one, on first down, they would have ran the ball to run the clock out. Then they never would have been put into that situation where they had to throw the ball in the first place.
If you're that close and there's that much time left, are you going to throw the ball? Absolutely not. You should not have to throw the ball. You run it up the middle. We all saw that with, what happened to Marshawn Lynch. The greatest running back in the league that season.
And don't use him.
Threw the ball.
Yeah, you run the
same story.
You run the clock out. You get as low as possible.
Absolutely.
Make the Rams take their time out, kick the field goal, and then make them go the length of the field with no timeouts.
Absolutely.
That's what you do. That's not what the Saints did.
Well,
that's number one.
Justified.
Well, hold on. No, that's number one. Number two.
Body slam right in front of the referee.
Like I
standing
said,
over.
Like I said, that was a horrible call. But
it was flagrant.
But for the Saints, you had the ball within the 10-yard line twice and had to settle for field goals. You couldn't punch it in.
Okay, but
you scored a touchdown on any one of those plays. The game's over.
Okay, so
not to mention when the Rams had the ball, 3rd and goal, there was a face mask on Goff that the refs completely missed a face mask, and it was an obvious face mask, which would have given the Rams 1st and goal with the ball on the 1-yard line. They scored a touchdown. The game was going to overtime because the Rams were winning regulation. So there was missed calls that could have decided the game on both halves.
That's fair. That's fair.
Absolutely.
That one play. Yes, it was horrible. It was horrendous. But there was a lot of plays up until then that, decided the game before then. And the Saints had their chances. They got the ball first. They had their chance. The salt of the way. You saw when Tom Brady had his chance.
Absolutely.
When he got the ball first overtime, you knew Kansas City was not getting the ball back. You knew it was a wrap. Tom was like, I got this. Let's go.
That's fair. That's very
Breeze
fair.
had his chance. Breeze could have taken him down, scored a touchdown, ended it through a pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
That pick was absolutely the momentum changer of that game. You just saw a deflated Saints team come back out and try to get back down the field. They knew that they messed up. They knew that they should have put it in the end zone on that series or that drive.
They knew it.
What does that go to say with Breeze? I mean, what are we talking about now?
I mean, Breeze is still Breeze is still one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. The Saints still had an epic season. This was, I think, Breeze's first ever loss in the playoffs at home. It was a big loss, but they had several chances to put the Rams away.
They did.
And just couldn't do it. They still couldn't do it. Yes, he got fined for helmet hit after the fact.
That's damage
but
control.
You know what?
They had to do something.
But up until then, they had their chance. The Saints had chance after chance after chance. They should have been up 21-0. The game should have been over.
Yeah, but Haven.
That's not what happened.
I understand what you're saying, Haven, but for something so blatant. Okay, let's say that you didn't call it immediately. There's nothing wrong with throwing a late flag. They do it all the time. Every referee on the field saw that happen.
No, they do.
That wasn't like a thing from a certain angle you could see it good, from another angle you couldn't see it.
You know what, though? I think this is what I think. This is what I think. I think the league sat these refs down for both of these games. We're like, listen, let them. We're going to play defense in these games. We're not going to have another Monday Night Football game like Saints Chiefs where you're scoring 100 points. That wasn't how they. That's not how they generate these numbers, because we all know this is what it's about. It's entertainment. You just said it.
No, I agree.
It's not how they generate these numbers.
It is entertainment.
You can't have every game be 100 to 100.
Because I'm going to say this, and a lot of people out there have these conspiracy theories about it was rigged, that's why the refs made a bad call, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, so they don't rig sports?
No, they don't. I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, please,
because
hear this.
if the NFL had their druthers, if they had to pick, the Super Bowl would either be the Saints and the Patriots. So you can say Breeze and Brady, the two best quarterbacks probably of all. You could argue of all time, going at it, or you'll want Goff and Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Because then you got the two young guns in there. You got the next generation of great players. Those would have been the two matchups the NFL wanted.
You know what's so beautiful
this
about,
is like
you
the
know
worst
so
matchup for the NFL.
This is what's so beautiful about what you said. You've got four guys, AFC, NFC, that had stellar seasons. Mahomes, 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. Brady doing his thing. Drew Brees breaking that record. I mean, come on, man. It's either way.
Either way,
it's great.
But from a marketing standpoint, I understand what you're saying.
Like
but from a marketing standpoint,
Brady's Super Bowl.
That's what I was hoping
absolutely.
for.
But I'm saying from marketing standpoint, you wanted to either see Jeff or Goff, Mahomes, the two young guns, or you wanted to see Brady Breeze.
On the surface, that sounds like it makes sense. But when you consider the lines on these games and the money that had been placed in terms of bets,
then you definitely wanted the Saints in there.
No. Because who were the favorites to win these games?
The Saints.
Right. Yeah. So with the Saints not winning,
the Saints and the Chiefs were two favorites.
That means that people who bet against them made a ton of money.
Well, Vegas lost a
but I'm gonna say this,
it's a fortune.
But for the Super Bowl and its ticket sales, you definitely wanted the Saints because the Saints was really close to Atlanta, and their guys would have been there in mass.
Well, and anytime you have a Saints Super Bowl, they're gonna come out. I mean,
they'll come out.
You're still talking about this team that overcame Katrina. And Drew Brees is this inspirational guy, and this is. I think every time that the Saints are on TV, it's going to get good ratings.
And then you have the greatness that is
exactly. I hate saying that.
And Teddy Bridgewater plays for him, so I was rooting for him.
And Rankins play for the Saints. Yeah, two give up players to play.
Not for long.
But I'm gonna say
Teddy's
this.
gone, man.
I hope so.
He's going to the Dolphins.
I
was really hoping.
I want to see him get some clout.
Absolutely.
Same here. I was really hoping that Kansas City was going to pull it out.
Me too.
But Kansas City was shook. That whole first quarter, they were shook, and you could tell that not one person on a Kansas City Chiefs team had played in the AFC Championship game.
It showed.
Because the moment was too big.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they got collected, and they had a hell of a fourth quarter. I mean, they put some points in that fourth quarter. They were moving up and down the field, but it was too late. By the time they got it together, it was too late. Their defense was horrible.
Yeah, well,
it was straight. I mean,
Kansas City hasn't played defense all year.
They haven't. And it showed because Edelman on the seam route, like every
time
was open, like every time.
And they were letting Gronkowski catch everything that came to him. Didn't even come close to him. The guys put his arms out.
And zero pass rush.
Yeah, it's insane.
No pass rush.
They earned it.
It's like as soon as the Patriots won the coin toss, well, two things knew the game was over. You knew the game was over when the Rams go ahead and scored a touchdown before the 2-minute warning. So I'm like, why not run out the clock? Why not let the clock run out, run your play after 2-minute warning? You don't want to give Brady too much time. They gave Brady, he had like over a minute.
Yeah.
That's too much time. You knew it was over. You knew when they scored, there's still 2 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the game. You're like, yeah.
So let's answer the question
It's
that
a wrap.
people are wanting to know. Is the lawsuit still pending against the NFL from the Saints fans?
Yes.
Okay, the lawsuit is still pending.
Yeah.
And they'll
Okay.
lose.
When is this expected to have its day in court? Before or after the Super Bowl?
Of course, after.
Okay, then what's the point of the lawsuit?
Who knows? Because they're mad. Their butt hurt.
I
understand.
What's the point of the idiots in Hurstbourne? Sorry if you have them watching your show, but why are they trying to get rid of Topgolf? Why doesn't anybody file a lawsuit? Come on. It's ridiculous.
No, yeah.
It's a ridiculous thing.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Hold on.
We're mad because no.
I want all these lights shining in my window.
It's like a street light.
Didn't we have a show almost
making
get
fun
shut
of old
down
people?
over the neighbors?
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever.
We're not worried about that.
It's fine.
We're not worried about them.
Just do
The
anything.
neighbors called the police
People do
officers for
anything.
having our
Come
show,
on, man. It's
and the
ridiculous.
cops came in. That's
They're
okay.
gonna file a
Do we got to
lawsuit
speak
against the
outside?
two
We still
Speak
love
out
you,
there
old
tonight?
Louisville.
Is it speak outside?
No,
tonight?
Ash is right there. We didn't put
No,
outside
I-
tonight.
I was about to make some
For
fart
now.
noises. I was going to give
That's
him
because
something
it's
to be
raining.
mad
You
about.
know.
Yeah, hey, this is how I make money, guys. Come on, relax.
I know,
Right.
Jeez.
But you know what?
Shout out to the Tunaville Deli, man. They are excellent hosts.
Thank you.
Excellent,
Thank you so
excellent.
much.
Excellent hosts.
We
Great
love you
food.
guys.
But I
Great
understand.
Screens.
I understand completely why Saints fans are upset. I get it. But the teams I wanted to play in the Super Bowl, I wanted to be the young guns. I wanted to see the Rams and the Chiefs. That was my hope. Now, on the show, I picked, we can rewind the tape, but I picked the Patriots and I picked the Rams to go. And I picked the Rams because I thought the Rams had a better defensive line. Defense wins championships. I thought their defense, in the end, would put just enough pressure on Breeze that they could get it done.
And they did.
They did.
And
If
they
that's
did.
what you want to call it.
And that's happened. But you know what? The interception was because they got pressure up the middle. They hit Breeze like he was throwing the ball. It flounders up in the air. It's a pick. I picked the Patriots to win because I'm never going to pick against Tom Brady again. Because he's the greatest of all time.
They say that Tom Brady is going to be running QB for the Patriots from his casket. That's what I heard.
He can't. Here's the thing.
That's what I heard.
This
They're
was
gonna clone him.
what the
Yeah.
Patriots like 9th straight AFC championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get dynasties like that in the NFL, especially not in this era of the NFL,
Well,
where you can't
It
stack
reminds
talent.
me of somebody else going to the championship that many times consecutively. That's greatness, right?
Beyond greatness.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
That's LeBron James like greatness.
ain't it? Oh, that's the person.
I know. Right?
He just,
we had
he
to
just
get
can't
him.
deal with it, can he?
He
hates so
can't.
bad.
He hates.
As long as my kids have been on this earth,
I don't disagree, but
they have only seen LeBron James in the NBA championship.
That is
It's like,
true.
Daddy, what team is LeBron James playing this year? Because he goes every year,
he's
right?
not going to get a ring this year.
Right.
At this
No,
point. I
he's
mean,
not
come
this
on.
year. But
No,
but
not with that team.
But the thing is that what Tom Brady and the Patriots have done is miraculous.
Absolutely.
Because most NFL teams have like a good 3 to 4 years where they shine. And then because salary cap restrictions, things of that nature, you tend to lose your top talent and then you have to rebuild. So the NFL, you have literally about a 3 to 4 year window to win your Super Bowl when you have that type of talent. The Patriots have done it with
cheating.
You can say they cheat.
I mean, they got
You know
caught.
what? They got caught. I give you that. They've got caught cheating, but still, what they've done is miraculous because they've made the Super Bowl with bums.
Yeah,
They've literally made the Super Bowl with Tom Brady and a bunch of who's that?
But we made that. I think we might have made that point the other week when you compare it to the Yankees of the '90s, where they're taking these guys from these teams and people are like, this guy is a dumpster fire. Why do you want? And then they bring him up. All of a sudden, you take a guy that's got like a 5 ERA, drops down to like 1.5. It's coaching. Bill Belichick's greatest coach, greatest NFL coach of all time.
You can't argue with
Period.
it. I mean,
but it's all the other coaches too. It's
a
the
man,
whole staff as a whole.
man that has that many Super Bowl rings. It was like their 7th. They win the Super Bowls like with their 7th Super Bowl. That's crazy.
But if you look at Andy Reid is a great coach. He's a great coach, and he's taken this team of young guys and they pushed him that forward. But it's just that coaching staff in Foxborough is that much better.
I mean, here's the thing:
It's
it's like
every piece
the
works.
Patriots' defense all year long was okay. It was good enough. They get to the playoffs, they become a steel curtain.
Absolutely.
The Chargers could do nothing against the Patriots' defense. Nothing. Phillip Rivers peed himself and did squat. I mean, he literally just peed himself.
Let's just hope the Patriots don't pull an Alabama in the Super Bowl.
They might, because here's the thing about the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They have never blown anybody out in a Super Bowl. All their Super Bowls have been close. Every Patriots Super Bowl, except for one, I think, has within 3 points. So it's not going to be a blowout. That's not what the Patriots do. What the Patriots do is stay close enough and that pressure bust pipes. Because there's Tom Brady. You got Edelman.
I still can't believe the way Atlanta collapsed. That
was
gosh.
Embarrassing.
I can because I picked the Patriots that game.
Yeah.
Because my friend over here, Rashawn, went real heavy on Atlanta Falcons. And you can see somebody who was mad after halftime. I mean, before halftime, was like, I told you, Haven. I told you. They can't stop Atlanta. Ha! By the end of the game, it was like,
womp, womp, womp.
I mean,
Don't beat yourself up. It's over.
it's okay. It's okay. Atlanta
Just
wasn't
make
ready.
it up this week. It's fine.
Atlanta wasn't ready.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. If you look at, the roster of the Patriots on the offense, you got Michelle, who's running, who's a good runner. You got White, who's like another wide receiver out the backfield. The other running back, you got Edelman, you got Gronkowski. I mean, these guys won the Super Bowl without Gronkowski.
Yep.
Arguably the best player outside of Brady, and they still beat the Falcons. With White, the running back, who's who is this dude?
Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't really run the ball that well, but he catch wide receiver in the backfield, and they make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just crazy. So to kind of break this whole thing down, if the Rams want to win, I know you have to go, but that's okay. But
It's all right.
if the Rams want to win, Sue and Donald, they're going to have to get pressure up the middle in Brady's face. You don't got to sack him.
No, but they
But
have
you
to.
you have to make a
keep-
move.
They've got to keep him dropping back. They got to keep him out of. If they can get him out of the pocket,
You got a
which
chance.
is very hard for him because he's a pocket quarterback, and that offensive line is tight. That's going to be the difference in this game. Is putting pressure on Tom Brady. Pressure.
But
every
pressure
time.
up the middle, not pressure from the sides.
Right.
You got to get pressure up the middle.
I don't care what they
Because
do. I hope the Patriots lose in whatever fashion. I don't care.
Everybody wants
It
the
ain't got to
Patriots
have
to
no
lose.
rhyme or reason to it. I hope they slip on banana pills. I hope.
They got a banana peel guy.
Yeah, no, that's all I need.
In Atlanta.
And shout out to Haven's new pants, y'all. Haven came here with some new pants on tonight and still had the tags on them and
That's
the
right.
stickers on them.
Brand new, baby.
All right, I got to go
Shout
serve
out.
some drinks, guys. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you right
man.
here.
Thanks for
Hold on,
joining
before
us.
you go, give us your predictions. You
I
have to
got-
scoot down. I have to scoot down so we get you on camera.
All right. I gotta go with Patriots by a touch. A full touch.
Oh, full touch.
Full touch.
Patriots by 7. Sean,
Cool.
why don't you come over here and give us your predictions before you
Thanks
go to
again,
sleep?
Chris.
Thanks, Chris. The greatest bartender in the city of Louisville right there, my man Chris. I would give his last name, but it's like all vowels, like no consonants. It's crazy. So, predictions.
I think it's going to be the Rams. I think that, the Patriots have made another run through the hapless AFC.
No, the AFC was not hapless.
I think that everybody's scared of the Patriots. Oh, they were hapless once it got real.
Predictions.
Once it got real.
Once the playoffs started, it was not hapless.
They
The
were
Chargers
very
and the
hapless.
Chiefs.
Predictions.
The Chargers and Chiefs were real.
They folded like a cheap suit against the Patriots. So
That's what the Patriots do.
yeah, well, like I said, the hapless AFC. So my prediction, I think that the Rams are going to get it done. I think Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh are going to dominate that game. I think Brady's going to get hit a lot. And I'm going to take the Rams. I'm going to say 28-24.
Whoa.
LA.
Whoa.
Wow. It's simple for me. Alabama by 14.
There he goes.
I'm still I stick to my guns, man. No, seriously. Dude, it's hard to go against the Patriots. I hope. I'm not going to give you my prediction, but I'm going to give you my hope. I hope that the Patriots get blown out so bad that I can go to sleep after the first quarter. I can go to bed, finish off my chips and dip, and go on to sleep. We're like, dude, this game is wrapped up. It's all over. It's not even worth watching. The halftime show is not going to be worth watching, so there ain't nothing to stay up for. I hope that the game is decided in the first half in favor of the Rams. But, dude, we all know the Patriots do not come to lose.
They lost last year.
They did.
Should have lost the year before.
We don't talk about shouldas. They didn't.
Just keep getting back.
That's what they do. You know what? Like I told you guys before, like I told you last year and the year before that, I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady. I'm just not. I mean, it's
Sound like a smart man.
No, because here's the thing, and it can kind of break this down a little bit more. If you look at every round of the playoffs, they played the Chargers and they played the Chiefs. The Patriots had the worst team. Talent for talent. They had the best player in Tom Brady, but everybody else, the Chargers had more talent, the Chiefs had more talent, and they couldn't get it done. The Rams have more talent. They have the defensive talent. I think they can get pressure. I think if Sue comes to play, if Donald comes to play, if they can pressure Brady up the middle, they will have a chance. But you got to put, it's like Jason Voorhees. You got to put this dude away.
He said Jason Voorhees.
I'm saying, you got to kill this dude. And you got to hit him. You got to pressure him. Because that's what the Eagles did. They pressured. They got relentless pressure. They made him uncomfortable. I just don't see the Rams doing that. I mean, the Rams will get pressure, but I don't think they get enough pressure. That's why I'm going to go ahead. I want the Rams to win, but I'm going to go to the Patriots. I'm going to go to Tom Brady. I'm going to say Patriots by 3 in a close one. Close game. It's going to come down to the final play.
So he's kind of in the same boat with me, man.
I think the Rams are going to physically dominate the game.
I hope the Rams win, but I think the Patriots are going to
we have seen defensive lines dominate in the Super Bowl, and I think you're just going to see it again. Sue and Donald are a duo. Like, Ndamukong Suh almost seemed like he was just waiting for the playoffs before he really started playing because he didn't have a good regular season.
Now, who's the coach for the Rams?
Sean McVay.
That's the black guy?
No.
White guy.
Okay.
Youngest
That's
coach.
the Chargers I'm thinking about.
32 years old.
32
youngest
years
coach
old.
ever to coach Super Bowl.
I think that
How
Ndamukong
old
Suh
was Mike when he coached?
Mike Tomlin?
Yeah.
Like
35?
35, 36.
Okay, he was
like
close. Okay. I
But
thought so.
I do. I just think that we're getting now the dude that was like the $100 million man with the Dolphins. And it seemed like he just wanted to prove that he was worth that. And he wanted to prove because he's been an absolute monster since the playoffs started. And the Patriots aren't going to be able to block him. When you got to worry about him and Donald, that's not fair. And I think they're going to dominate the line of scrimmage.
I hope you're right.
And the team that dominates the line of scrimmage usually wins the game. I just don't think that. I think it's going to be like the Giants-Patriots Super Bowl. I think we're going to see when we saw Justin Tuck, Michael Strahan, and those guys dominate. I think it's going to be the same thing.
And just like that Super Bowl, it's going to come down to the last couple of plays.
Well, I think the Rams have a
battle.
little bit better offense than what the Giants were putting out there.
Yeah, the Rams have a little bit of offense, but the thing is, and this is what you have to worry about with Tom Brady, because Tom is a master at ball control with the pass-happy offense. They will dink and dunk down the field. He does not mind taking 3, 4, 5-yard passes all day, every day long. That's all I give him. He may not go deep ever. I mean, he'll keep everything within like 5 or 10 yards, just dink and dunk his way down the field. As the Chiefs, I mean, they had up like 10 minutes on the clock, just dinking and dunking all down the field on them. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is like Darth Sidious and Darth Vader. I mean,
oh, please don't do this to me.
I,
Y'all going geek mode on me again. Don't do this.
yeah, I wouldn't geek, but it's
gosh.
true. I mean, these guys are just like, it's just phenomenal what the Patriots have been able to do, and I don't think we will ever see a dynasty like this again in the NFL in our lifetimes, because this is next. I mean, this is beyond just next level stuff.
I agree. But it's going to be entertaining. I can't wait to see it.
It is. It's gonna be close. I'll say the Patriots by 3.
Either. I can't wait to see it. I think He Hate Me is going to be the X factor.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Rod Smart. He was at homecoming this year. Y'all know he's a Western Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Really?
Great.
He came back.
He was down at
Watch you
homecoming
guys get
this
beat
year.
down at homecoming. That's lovely.
Dude, nobody goes to the game. It's all about everything.
We got some black college now. What is this?
No, that's how. Trust me, Western has black college-esque homecomings.
without the band?
They got a better homecoming than K-State.
That's not saying
Have
much,
you ever
though.
been to Western's homecoming?
Yeah, I have.
Dude, livest homecoming in the state of Kentucky.
Hey, man.
I would say the past couple of years, yeah.
No, I'm talking about historically. The past couple of years is falling off.
But back when I was in school, K-State was still livest.
Yeah, when you were in school back in the mid-'80s.
Yeah, no, I'm not that old, man. I was like late 90s.
Late 90s?
Or mid-90s.
Slow down.
Okay.
Come on, Haven. You've been on one tonight, man.
Like mid-90s, like 94 to 97.
What year did you graduate high school?
92. But I was at Morehouse, so I was in Atlanta. I was at a real black college.
A real black college. The one where the president drives a Rolls Royce and the school is in the red. That's a real black college.
That is
The
real black
school is
college.
Suffering.
That's what I'm talking about.
Taking up donations with your school president. Lives in a
Hey,
mansion.
that's a black college. I'm
Drives a Rolls
talking about my
Royce.
freshman year. I didn't have heat. I mean AC.
Yeah.
No AC at all. We just opened our windows and had fans.
Nice.
Wow.
All you had was heat, which is on all year
You'll
long,
never
apparently.
know what that's like. See what you missed out on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Anyway.
went to West with air conditioning, towers and stuff.
Yeah. How
Towers.
bad is that?
Not me. I was in the heart of Atlanta. It was awesome too.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Wow.
It
But
was
anyway,
awesome. That's a different story for a different time.
Shout out, Lady Cards. Oh, I'm sorry, the Louisville Cardinals women team. Good luck with your game later this week.
That's
Shout
right.
out to the Louisville Cardinals men team. Good luck with your game tomorrow and your game coming up
UNC.
Saturday.
So
Yes,
let's make it
indeed.
happen.
Right.
Shout out to the Bellarmine Knights. Keep it rolling, fellas. Y'all
Number
doing
one
the
with the
thing.
bullet.
Number one.
That's it.
And a
And,
big shout out to Tom Brady.
No. Who? What?
Hey, Tom
Man's,
Brady is one of the best to ever do it.
Shout
man.
out.
He is the
Shout
best ever. He's the best
out
quarterback ever.
to Kamala Harris, who announced her bid for the presidential Democratic ticket yesterday. I watched it live.
You know, it's too early. There's going to be like 15 dudes.
Yeah, sure.
Huh.
But actually, it's another woman already. What's the name?
Gillibrand getting in from Arizona?
No. She's been around for a while. I can't think of her name off the top of my head.
Please, Hillary, just say no.
Oh gosh,
Hillary,
please.
just say no. Please, for the love of God and everybody else.
Yeah, but
Just
we're
say
not gonna
no.
go there. Had a wonderful King holiday last week. We missed you all, but we were celebrating the King holiday with our family and friends in celebration of the King, Martin Luther the King. A wonderful holiday.
Greatest alpha of all time.
Yes, indeed. Greatest alpha of all time.
I feel like I want to do that skit from Coming to America. I'm going to tell you, I met Martin Luther King. You did not meet Martin Luther King. I sure did meet Martin Luther King. You did not. I was walking down the street. I was going around the corner, and then somebody punched me in the face. And then when I was laying on the ground, I looked up. It was Dr. King. I said, Dr. King. He said, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else.
You ain't met no Martin Luther the King.
That's-
Call him the King. Oh, you ain't met Martin Luther the
One
King.
of my favorite segments, man.
But no. But we look forward to seeing you all after the Super Bowl weekend. Enjoy that with your family and friends, and be safe out there.
Come on out.
Yeah.
Next Monday, we're gonna break
Next
it down.
Monday, we're gonna
The Super Bowl wrap up. That's right.
Just follow up to the Super Bowl.
We were talking about Super Bowl. We were talking about Louisville basketball.
Louisville
did they go
basketball.
2-0?
Yes.
The women, did they knock off UConn? We're gonna have a whole lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely.
Next week,
Come on
folks.
out.
You got Billy Freestyle.
Be here, the Tunaville Deli on the corner of First and Oak and Old Louisville. Come in on the Oak Street side. We'll look forward to seeing you.
And like we always say, stay classy, Louisville.
Without any struggle.
There is no progress.
Peace.
Rashawn Burgundy.